Hiya, Lori here and welcome back to my channel. Really sorry for the large gap between videos lately. I haven't been the best of health, or had the best of health recently, so I haven't been able to film, but I'm hoping to kind of start filming again. So I'm going to be doing my journal. I've been desperate to get this done for the last few weeks, so I'm going to be putting that together today, and then I will be doing the folios as well. But I wanted to give you a little show and tell basically. I got this idea from, sorry if I butcher this, but Gail Augustinelli. She has a stamp book, and basically what it is a book for stamps. So she's got all these like tracing paper bits and them that hold all the stamps, and I thought it was a brilliant idea, so I copied it, but I didn't stop there. I then made a few more. So I've got this one for my paper dolls, or I just call them that because that's what Tim Holtz calls them. They're not necessarily paper dolls, they're just kind of people or people shaped items. I've got a bunch on the way, which is why I made this as well. So basically anything human or humanoid goes in there. So we pop that down there. And then I've got flowers, so all my flowers are in here. And then I've also got one for labels, tickets and tags and things like that. So like anything that I've like purchased basically, labels, tickets, tags, anything that's that kind of genre I've been putting in here. And I do have one that I'm not completely finished yet for my butterflies and bird like fussy cuts and things like that. I'm also working on the lap book that Nick the Booksmith is doing at the moment, and if you haven't checked that out, I would definitely suggest that you do so. It looks amazing and it is so much fun. So I'm working on that as well for my larger pieces of ephemera. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you a little show and tell, give you an idea for a way to store your ephemera. But that was basically all that was, because I thought it was such a brilliant idea. If you haven't seen Gail, which I'm sure you have, definitely check her out. She's got awesome ideas, and same goes for Nick the Booksmith. But basically today I'm going to be doing my journal. So I showed you this book in my last video, and I've got a frame, embossed frame style thing on the front, and then I've got a corner. Basically I've got the whole thing ready to go to be bound. I'm going to be doing a hidden spine on this. So I've just put together 2 signatures. I did this a couple of weeks ago though, so I can't even remember how many pages I've got in here, but they're just kind of generic pages, nothing special. Is this upside down? Yes, it is. So yeah, nothing special, just blank pages. I haven't decorated them. I've done a wee bit of sewing, but that's about it. I haven't really done anything besides a bit of sewing. And again, this one's upside down. My goodness. I'm going to be just going to check this and make sure that all the pages are the right way up, and I will be right back. Okay, so that's that done. I've also just kind of pinned them in place, or pinched them in place rather. So I'm only going to be putting 2 signatures in this because it is quite a small book. I really love the size of this book. I'll tell you what size it is in a second. It is 11 centimetres by 17 centimetres. This really doesn't have inches on, I'm afraid, so I don't know what that is in inches, but it's 11 by 17, I think I said. Sorry, my medication just messes up my brain, something awful. So I've got my wee pencil case here, and I'm just going to grab what I need from it. Grab a needle. It really doesn't matter what thread I use because I'm not going to be showing it on the outside. Oh well. I'm just going to thread this so I don't lose it. So I've picked out the graph paper as well, and like I said, I'm just going to be doing a hidden spine or hidden binding on this. So I would normally use card or like patterned scrapbooking thick paper. I'm just going to be using the same fabric that I bound the book in. So this is hand dyed thick fabric. I honestly don't know what it's called, as I got it in one of those scrap bags, I guess they could be called, at my, well, I was going to say local, but it's not really, at my the place that I go to get fabric, the fabric store that I go to. They do these like little bags of like scrap pieces, end cuts, off cuts, kind of things like that, and they're only like £2 or £3, and I got the fabric in one of those, and then I just hand dyed it this beautiful teal colour. Teal's my favourite colour. So I don't know what it's called, but it's got a little bit of stretch in it, not a lot. It's a nice fabric, I really like it. So I'm just going to use that. So normally I would use that paper that doesn't rip, I can't remember what it's called. It's gone. But since this is fabric, I shouldn't need to. So I'm just going to kind of skip out on that part, and then I'm just going to cut this down. Just to where I think I'm going to need it. So shaky, as per usual. Just throw that away. Should be fine. Tiny bit shorter than I would like, but that'll be okay. So now I'm just going to take my grid paper, and I'm just going to kind of push that in there, making sure actually, so I can cut along that line. It's literally on one of the lines, so I'm just going to use that as my guide and hopefully not shake too badly. Down there actually, my wee scrap basket, and let me trim that right here because that's roughly where my fabric would sit. And then I'm just going to pop this out of the way because I don't need this right now. Fold it in half. And then I'm just going to fold it in half again and again. And then I'm going to fold it in half again long ways. So basically I'm folding it in half twice each way. Open this up. And then I'm just going to put my little circle on either side, like out to the two outside folds, and all of the small folds. I hope this is making sense. Try to find the, there we go, the halfway point. I couldn't find it there. I'll show you close up anyway, but I'm sure you already know how to do this. Anyway, how did I get so far away from there? I'm not doing so well today. I'm still not completely 100%, but lying in bed and just doing, I have been doing crafts in bed. I mostly do my crafts in bed. I've got one of those lap trays. Oh, so that's where I do pretty much all my scraps, my crafts. But just lying there is getting old, and I really wanted to make this. Try to think if I've got something I can kind of punch into. Don't think I do. I'm just going to kind of hope for the best here. Just so I don't tear it when I'm coming to do it in the fabric, I'm putting the hole in already, because I know in my luck I'll go to put this in through the fabric and I'll rip it straight into so now I'm just going to find my pencil again, and I'm just going to write top, and then I'm just going to grab a couple of pins or clips or whatever they're called, and just going to fold this in half so I can kind of find a rough middle. And it's not really going to matter too much in the grand scheme of things, because this will be covered, or the majority of it will be covered, but still. So I'm just going to find that hole and pull that through. And that through, that through, that through, and that through. And I'm going back and forth a couple of times just because I find that with fabric, the holes can seal on me. I don't know why, but after a while they tend to seal. I didn't actually show you a close-up of that. Basically that's what it looks like. So I've got my middle fold here, but I haven't put a dot on it. So I've just done the two outside ones, but I've done it on all three of the small, like these folds. So now I'm just going to go pop those holes in these. So I'm just going to line this up on the inside, and I'm just going to fold my book and turn it to the side and do my holes that way. I just find it works really easy for me to do it that way. And as you can see, I haven't pinned it in place because this is going to be for me. I'm not too fussy, to be honest, on it being perfect. I would kind of rather it wasn't, to be honest, because I kind of like that imperfection, stabbing myself in the finger as if I'm not in enough pain. Am I going to bleed? Yes. Awesome. Any hungry vampires out there? Jeez. Didn't get any blood on it, so that's a plus. So now I'm just going to sew in these signatures as well as I can anyway. I'm probably going to speed that part up. If you would like me to do a detailed sewing of signatures, I can, but there's that many out there that I really don't see the need in it. Obviously, if you want me to, I'd be happy to, but I'm probably going to speed this up just for time's sake. So that's those sewn in like so, and I'm going to just grab a piece of cotton linen, not linen, lace. So I've just grabbed a couple of my favourite ones, and don't know which one to use. I want it to kind of peek up over as a headband. I use this one. I quite like that. So I'm going to just hold that to the side, and that should be enough. I get most of my laces on AliExpress and Wish if you're curious. I get a lot of them at my local fabric, I keep saying local but it's not local, at my fabric store if I'm fit to go there. But most of the things I have I get online. So I'm thinking I might want to cover this bit up because of my spine. So I do actually have enough of this. I could probably just stick that down over my spine. So I just cut that much. This is I believe it was a book of observers. Honestly can't remember which book it was. It may have been birds or flowers or pretty much anything. The Observer books are really good if you're looking for ephemera or like fussy cut images. They have a lot of images and they're beautiful. All the images that I have seen from them are absolutely stunning. So yeah, if you're looking for some nice images, I would definitely recommend the Observer books. I'm just kind of gluing this in and pushing it down in my bone folder. So I'm just going to take my lace and measure how much I need. Might measure off the outside actually. I'm going to just trim that a little bit. When I'm trimming my lace, I always trim more than I need to, because if I was to trim this little bit, it's pretty useless. But if I trim that, it's now a snippet. So I always just kind of, I don't like to waste stuff. So if I can in some way kind of salvage it, I'll do that to salvage it. This was way more than I needed, so I'm just going to snip off these guys. I'm just going to pop that in my little, I've got a little basket sitting here. The glue I'm using is the Beacon 3-in-1 Advanced Craft Glue. so it's awesome. It's my favourite. I could not live without it. Literally I ran out and all hell broke loose. It was not fun. So I'm trying to think if I want to put this on the actual cover or if I want to put it on this. I might just put it on this. I think I'm going to put some cheesecloth on this as well. I don't know yet. I haven't quite decided, but I'm thinking I'm probably going to end up doing that. I'm just laying it down as flat as I can. And then I'm just going to pop a dollop of glue there. And then pop that on. Grab my other piece. I was looking for that art glitter glue. I was like, there's a total hype going on about it now, and I thought, oh, I'll give it a bash and see how it is. So I tried to find it on Amazon. 43 flipping pound. Like, obviously it's not that in America, but apparently in Canada it's just as expensive. Like, no way am I spending £43 on glue. Not a blooming chance. Oh, I could not believe my eyes. I honestly thought that I'd found something that like was aired, but I can't find it anywhere else. That is the only, except the white drying glue. Apparently there's two kinds, so there's the clear drying and the white drying. So the white drying glue is only about £12 or something. But the clear one, oh, I need to stand up for this. The clear drying glue is a lot more expensive. That's over there. I've got this little basket sitting here, and this is like the kind of stuff I kind of take over to my bed, basically. So this is like folded up several times. I'm just trying to find the end of it, and I'm gonna cut this little bit off because this is the like the woven bit. And then I'm just going to cut the width that I need. And then what I'll do is I will cut this in half. You can obviously cover your entire spine if you wanted to, but to me that's kind of a waste of cheesecloth because you're not going to see the centre part, so there's really not much point. So I'm just folding this in half now. Like so. And then I'm going to grab my distressing. I kind of just grab these and blot them over. I think I'll do the walnut stain. I'm really liking the walnut stain at the moment. So I'm just popping this in here just to give it, I don't tea dye this. I've never tried it, to be honest, but I like to just kind of pop it in here and smoosh it basically, and I feel that does a good enough trick for me. Oh, I could not find the lid there, and it's right in front of my eyes. So I'm just going to pull at this for a second and get it nice and rustic looking, nice and old and shabby. And then I'm going to grab my glue and I'm gluing this straight on the spine. and I'm having it kind of peek over. So yeah, this is my first junk journal. Technically it's the first junk journal of my life. As when I was younger, I thought that they were scrapbooks that I was making, and I would just use, like, if I could get a teacher to give me a free jotter or something like that. My friend got me this beautiful book with like gold edged pages, and I used that until it was literally bursting and I couldn't actually add anything else to it. But a lot of times it was just a notepad or a jotter or something like that that I would use, and I would stick pretty much all my little memories in it. But I thought I was scrapbooking. I did not know what junk journals were until about a year ago, if that. So this is technically my first ever junk journal, which is why I've done it so small, just so I don't feel too intimidated by it. And that way, I'm not very good at keeping like a diary, or that. I've tried them so many times, tried to keep a diary and everything, and it just never makes it past like week 3. And that's like on a good day. These are sticking to my fingers. I tend to do it after reading a book, like where the person keeps a diary, and I'm like, you know what, I really do want to keep a diary. And then I just never do. I made a bullet journal last year, I think it was, and I think I had it for 2 months where I actually used it, and that was it. So hopefully I actually use this one. So I'm going to give that another second to try. Put my scissors away just now. I've also got these wee guys here that I've just kind of taken the offcuts and stitched them together so that I can pop those in my journal. Another thing I was thinking of doing after I've done my folios is I've done like basically a scrap busting thing, where I've just been kind of bursting through my scraps. So if you would like me to do a little kind of series on a way to use your scraps, let me know, because I still have a ridiculous amount, but I am actually making progress. So I'll just show you a couple of things while that glue is kind of setting. So these are little sort of booklets. So I've got like paper and pockets, and then I've just collaged with all my scraps. These are scraps as well, so this is like scrap bits of paper and things like that. And so everything, this is made with purely scraps, and then I've used like card for that one. I used my scraps for, I've got everything kind of piled here, so I'm trying to kind of get to it, but they're all kind of piled together, so it's hard. So I've made little booklets as well. So basically I've got a little pocket here, and then a bunch of papers that are all like, they're all different shapes and sizes and things like that. Are you able to see this, or am I just kind of showing myself? I hope you are able to see it. So there's that one, and that one. These ones, I really love these ones. So these are, I've hand stitched the whip stitch of like the paper and then glued it onto one of these coin envelopes. So basically the whole idea is you would stitch this, glue this on your page like so, and then like tuck it in so that it would be like kind of like this, and then you would decorate that, and then it would flip out and it would still be a pocket on this side rather, because that side would be in at the page. So it would be a pocket here, but then you'd also have all this journaling space here as well, and obviously you could decorate there or put another little pocket or something as well. So I saw something similar to this on I did see something similar to that on another YouTube channel, and I cannot for the life of me. It might be in Roxy Creations, but I'm not sure. So here's the, like, I keep turning it this way because the camera is facing this way, but I'm going to flip it just so that it's not as difficult for myself. But yeah, I made these as well. So these are little pockets that overhang your page. So obviously this would be a bit big for this journal, but you would basically have this overhanging the page, and it's decorated on both sides. So I've kind of collaged using my scraps and a couple of little other pieces, and then one side would be the pocket on the inside. Made other things as well, but I can't kind of go through them all. But this is all using my scraps. So if you would like me to do kind of like a little mini couple of videos on those, let me know and I'd be happy to do that for you guys. So this should be dry. I'm feeling this and it's not that yet. That should be dry. So I'm just going to kind of place this down right in the middle. And I'm just going to kind of double check that everything's facing the right way. Right. So now I'm just going to grab my glue again. And I'm not putting glue on the spine. I'm putting glue on the fabric here, either side of my little spinach area. I'm not putting it on where the spine is, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. And then I'm just going to kind of smooth this out as best I can. Got it on my fingers. I'm just kind of using the heat of my hand to smooth the glue out underneath and help kind of dry it. So I'm going to do the same on the other side. So that's that done, and I just grabbed my ruler, and this is the paper that I'm going to be using as my end paper. It's embossed, if you can see that. It's really pretty. I got this from the paper pack The Promise, which is a really beautiful paper pack. It just feels really lovely. I absolutely love it. So I'm just going to measure this out, and it is 17, so I'm going to make 16. Mm. 16 and a quarter. Might be easier to measure this on the outside actually. This ruler is really hard to see. Nine and a half. So if I do 16 and a quarter by 9 and a half, I'm going to just pop this out of the way and grab my cutting board. I just recently got this and I still don't know if I like it. It was really good for money wise. So it was 16 and a quarter. So there's a half, so about there. Yeah, it was really good value for money because it's a scoreboard as well. But at the same time, it sometimes rips my paper. So I'm still not quite sure how I feel about it. That's by 9 and a half. Have I done this the wrong way around? So then it'll sit like this, won't it? Do I want it this way then? because it will sit. Like that. So I want this bit here to be 9.5. Yeah. I hope. Yeah. Okay. I'll go with that. By 16.25. I'm just going to grab that off cut. So, it also doesn't seem to cut completely straight as well, as another thing that I've noticed. This is the balls. I can't believe I just did that. I think it's your memory keepers or something like that. Hold on, I'll check in a second. 9.5. I think I've got this one. I completely butchered this. How did I do this wrong? Oh, did I throw away the wrong one? Yeah, I did. I threw away the wrong piece. Oh my goodness. Right, I think I've cut these bits too long though. Because I think I did 3/4 instead of 1/4. Because I'm a total numpty. So I'm going to just cut off 0.5 centimetre here. Yeah. 0.5 centimetre. I remember what I was talking about. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Oh yeah, I was going to see what this was. Yeah, it's called the We Are Trim and Scoreboard. So I'm guessing it's We Are Memory Keepers. And I got it on Amazon. So it is good for cutting, for instance, your cardstock. And I did have the, well, I do have the Tim Holtz one. But it's only literally the size of an A4 piece of paper. So you can't even cut an A4 size, an A4 piece of paper. Which is just a pain in the neck. Don't know why I put my book corners on already. That was stupid. Oh well. I'm just going to go ahead and glue those in. The only thing I don't like about this glue is how gloopy it gets as it starts to run out. Apparently if you add acetate and thin it down slightly, that helps. But, just sit down. The closest thing I have to acetate is a nail polish remover, so I highly doubt that that would have the desired effect. I'm absolutely covered in the glue. Absolutely covered in it. Of course this one would be too small, too large, because I put the glue on it first. So that's this journal almost complete. Basically just have to add any embellishments that I want to add, but to be honest I'll probably just kind of leave those until I'm working on it. I may even add a pocket on either end. I'll just kind of give you a quick little flip through. This is packing paper that I basically just folded over and sewed it into a little pocket. I love this. This is a vintage Russian book page, and I absolutely love it. It's so cool. Look at the Russian writing. It's awesome. I only know it's Russian because the person in the store told me. I absolutely love this. I found a bunch of them. Well, I say a bunch. There was 3 that were kind of falling apart. So I really like that. So I've got a glassine bag here. A weekly time card. Again, I folded this over. Craft paper. This one, I got this idea again of someone else, and I honestly can't remember who, but it's basically paper clips, so it can be used as a pocket obviously, but then it folds out so you've got the whole page to journal on. Some composition paper. I need to trim it. Oh, that hurt. This down just a tiny bit more. So again, I've done the same on the other side, all like so. So, like I said, I do have these as well. I think I'm just going to tuck those in and I'll use them when I'm actually working in my journal. I don't know if I'm going to do journals with these. Let me know in the comments below if you would be interested in that. But I probably won't do all of them on camera because, like I say, I do a lot of my crafting from my bed, so that kind of eliminates being able to do that. So that's that handmade paper as well that I absolutely adore. So again, I folded this one up. There's another weekly time card. Another flip out. Oh, sorry, this one comes all the way out. Another packing paper page. Glassine bag. Craft paper. But yeah, I probably won't do all my journal pages on film or video or whatever it's called. But if you would like me to do some, let me know in the comments below and I could definitely do that. So again, this one comes all the way out, and that's more of that handmade Indian cotton paper. Another little pocket here and some more ledger. So that's it for me today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments below if there are any other kind of videos you would like me to do, any other kind of crafts. And again, let me know in the comments below if you would like me to do a sort of using up your scraps series, as I couldn't find a lot of videos like that. I did try, and the only thing I could really find was like clusters and franken paper, so I just have to kind of try and work outside the box on that one. So if you would like me to do a video on using up your scraps, let me know. But the next video will probably be my folios for my pen pals, so if you haven't already, subscribe for that, and remember to hit that little bell so you're notified the next time I upload, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.